Welcome to What's the Deal with Sam? Starring Sam Lilly. Join Sam as he discusses a wide variety of topics.
Batman.
Now let's start the show.
Thank you. What's the deal with virtual reality hitting Steam? It's like real reality hitting Steam with the ground. I mean, why? Okay, it's kind of a neat idea. I'll admit that. I mean, I'm not real big on virtual reality. I feel like I've kind of talked about that, especially in terms of gaming. If I ever did an episode on that, I'm sorry that I'm repeating some of my shit, but whatever. The idea of virtual reality in gaming isn't something I'm really looking forward to, just because I don't know if it's going to work well with my glasses. I don't know, I'd like to use buttons. I don't know how well the controllers are going to work and stuff. I don't need to, have the TV screen directly on my face to be able to be immersed and enjoy something because I have imagination. I'm also just not good at change and new things. It's a wonder it's a fucking miracle that I was able to enjoy playing on the Wii, for fuck's sake. But, the VR thing is like, it's HTC and Valve put out the Vive, which is their virtual reality headset that's going to be going with Steam, which is, I guess, probably a good sign, just something to go with, so that there's, a bunch of any Steam VR support's probably going to, any games that are on Steam are going to probably use that and use that headset. And there's going to be a bunch of, games on Steam that are designed specifically for that, and everything. There's some good stuff to it, I guess. But the thing is, like, at this point, I think it's still too early to really be that excited about it, is the problem. Because it's like, the VR thing is still new. And it's like, you can get this thing, the package, basically, it's $800. $800 to buy this fucking headset. Which is, a lot of money, I think. I mean, that's a good chunk. And then that's, of course, it comes with all the headset and all the pieces, and you need to make it work. And also, for a limited time while you're getting it, or I guess they say, while supplies last, which, what the fuck does that mean if you got digital supply for games with it? They're digital fucking files. The supplies are gonna last. But no, they basically just mean they've only put a limited amount of fucking download codes for that file, so yeah. It's really hard to manufacture more fucking codes, you pieces of shit. But anyways, thing is, you do get some games with it. But it's $800 for that. You also have to have a PC that's strong enough to be able to, handle it. And for some people, that might mean they need to get a stronger PC. That's going to be another, lump of money to put down for that. Of course, if you're updating your PC all the time and stuff for that kind of thing anyway, there's that. And since not all the games are going to be free, there are going to be some games you're going to want to buy, especially games that, I guess the thing is, there's a lot of games out there that are for it right now, but, the games that people want to be using it for are stuff, you want to be playing, your first-person shooters. People want to be playing their Call of Duties and their Grand Theft Autos, and they always want to play all these big-name games in virtual reality like that. They want to be able to just be immersed in that, just the same games with the great gameplay, just that they're more immersed in it is basically the idea. And for a lot of these games, it's they still would need to get the support, especially if new ones come out. VR support is not going to be the first thing that they work on, because that's not a feature. It's a luxury feature at this point. Not that many people have the headsets yet. That's not a big thing. So they're not going to jump out most of these big name games like that, focusing directly on fucking VR. It's just not going to happen yet. Especially for such the small amount of people who would really be able to have that right now, because it's so costly and so expensive. And the games that are going to do that, of course, you're going to have to buy those, and you're probably going to buy those for full price too, so that's going to be even more money you're putting on top of it. You basically have to have a lot of fucking money and really want to have this experience to be doing the VR. And a lot of the VR stuff that's made specifically for it at this point, it's kind of like the early days of Atari, where, in early days of Atari, and it's it was just novel, that the idea that you could have just that video games exist in general, but also that you could have them, in your house and be able to play them on your TV rather than having, you no longer you have to go to arcades and these gigantic fucking cabinets refrigerator-sized fucking cabinets to play a video game. You can plug this little thing into your TV at home and play a video game. It's like, that's fucking amazing. And, it was just crazy. But, and there's a few games on there that are classics and they hold up. Like, Asteroids is still really fun to play. Like, that shit's great. I don't know. Is that Pitfall or something? I don't know. There's stuff. But it's like, at this point, you have to remember there's a lot of shit that's really not worth playing that people don't really talk about because it's not what we're talking about anymore. I mean, nobody's really giving a shit about, like, 3D tic-tac-toe or fucking virtual checkers aren't really gonna, spark anybody's imagination anymore. That's kind of the thing where it's like, are these really gonna, like that's where we're at with the VR. It's basically, like, there's maybe a few of these games that are gonna hold up as classics that are gonna be good. Like, even like that, that Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes game looks pretty cool. And there's probably going to be a handful of others that are going to come out. But there's also a lot of these that are just kind of like really like walkie simulator things or really simple mini games that like don't require much in terms of their gameplay, and that basically we're at this beginning point where it's like it's exciting just that you can be in this virtual reality and that it exists at all. And we're not really going to see the really good games that are using this until, it becomes cheaper and more commercially available, until it becomes something that, more devs have the ability to program for it, have the kits for that. And it's going to be a while before we get into that realm of, like, okay, now we're making stuff that's really designed, like, developers understand how to use the virtual reality headsets. And technology is going to advance more. And then we're going to see the games that we're going to be playing forever rather than these games here where it's like, yeah, these are fun for like, like 20 minutes to maybe like an hour at most. And then it's like, I'm fucking bored of this experience and I have a headache, So it's obviously a very early thing. And I guess what I would say is that if you're looking to get into virtual reality stuff, if you really, really want it, which I think at this point you pretty much fucking have to if you want to buy it, because holy shit, that's an investment. But it's like, if you really, really want it, then yeah, buy it, because that's the only way it's going to do well. Is if it gets sales and people start buying it up, developers start putting more stuff out on it, it becomes more of a viable thing. And that's the only way we're ever going to get it to that point. It's also possible it might just kind of fall off the fucking radar for now if people kind of stop. And there's more than just the Steam one. There's obviously, I think every fucking company just bought. I think like Microsoft and Sony are both making their own. I don't really know. I'm pretty sure. But everybody's making their own fucking. There's a million goddamn like VR headsets things going around, so you can check the market on it. But it's just interesting. I think that we're trying to push this right now. Because I saw it on Steam when I logged on that they had that and they were pushing it, and it's like, yeah, it's kind of neat. It's a cool idea, but it's still at a point where it's like you really, really need to want it to get this, and you might as well wait. Because later on, you're going to have more quality games for it. It's going to be cheaper. It's easier for you to buy it. It's going to be more advanced, so we're not going to have all these issues that are happening right now. I think that, the games, more games are going to have that worked into them because it's going to be a feature that more and more people are starting to use. At this point, I guess, for general consumers, just fucking wait. Because it's not worth the cost at this point. It's just, it's exciting. And it's a hype train, and it's a fad. And unless it actually gains the support and the attention it needs, it's just going to be a passing thing. So I guess we just wait to see if this stays or not. As far as other things, obviously it's not just used for gaming. You can use it for watching movies and other stuff too. There's going to be other things I'm sure they can implement into that. But I don't know. I guess I don't think that I personally really need to spend $800 just to have some really interactive porn. It'd be nice, but I have imagination. I can pretend I'm there, and I either way I will feel equally as lonely and pathetic either way. So really, what does it matter? What does it matter? What's the deal with that? It's like, doesn't even matter. Because I'm alone. I'm gonna die alone. Just be alone forever. It's just what I'm gonna do. Me alone. And dead. What's the deal with saying?